Good morning and welcome to the Morning Wood. I am so glad you could jump up on my I got tongue tied. Jump up on my wood. That was embarrassing. I quit. I stop. It's over with. No, it's not. Anyways, good morning. Wizard of Cause will be joining us shortly. He's a late son of a bitch. He's on his period, I think. Speaking of periods, look at D's shirt. Anyways, tomorrow we got Girl Does Rant with the big old titties. Big yummy titties. And D's going to be with us again tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. I get to be there for the titties.
Yeah, and I think Frank may be there. Thursday we got Magog. Magog. And Magog will be there to suck my penis.
Whoa, special event.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Stick my dick right in his mouth. But anyways, stream goal today of money.
Just fucking money.
Just money. Would like to at least $100 at least. If we can make it, I'll suck D's penis. If we make the $100 stream go, at the end of the stream go, I will sing an off freestyle sex song to D.
All right, I can get down with that.
Yeah,
I wish I had the money for it, but
for the low price of money.
Yeah, low price of money. Just money.
Because Pimp can sing in a very seductive way.
Yes.
He can seduce you with his musical abilities.
Seductive. I got a harmonica now. I do. I'm learning the harmonica. I'm actually learning. I'm taking lessons off of YouTube, actually. I'm going to learn this motherfucker. And I'm going in a year I'm going to be a blues harmonica player.
Dude, let's make a band.
Man, that's such expertise harmonica playing.
That is good, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't know how to play the motherfucker yet.
I know.
No, you did a really good job. I think you're a fucking prodigy, dude.
Just blow in, blow out. Blow in, blow out.
I did learn this though. This is how you properly hold the harmonica. You make a gun with your gun finger, right?
Gun finger.
Like this. Yeah. You leave it enough out like that, and you kind of put it all in your mouth, and then make a pucker.
Yeah, then you got to eat the corn. Yeah, eat that corn, Pimpmunk.
Eat the corn?
Yeah, eat that
corn. That's what he actually said. You have to practice that right there, what I just did.
Yeah.
And for a long time, that way you kind of get a rhythm, and we did, and you do like this right here, you go. And once you get faster, it starts sounding like that train noise.
Yeah. You're gonna be able to impress people at VidCon with your skills, dude.
Yes, I'm going.
And then women will also think that you are good at eating pussy.
Well, they already think that.
Yeah, they already know that.
I don't know. Is there like a correlation there? I don't know. What do women?
It could be. You know,
I'm a fucking ninja when it comes to the clitoris, man.
Then you should be really good at the harmonica. Like you should be able to learn it at a faster rate.
Well, you don't stick your tongue in the fucking harmonica, Dave.
Maybe it's a trade secret, and you're just trying to throw me off the trail of harmonica proficiency. I don't know.
Wizard of Booze will be here in a little bit.
Wizard of Booze, yeah.
Yeah, there he is, actually, right there.
Oh shit, there he is.
What's up, bud? With his creepy looking ass.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Early for me, you know.
Don't blame the early on ugly, okay? Or the ugly on early, whatever. I can't do it. You can't either.
You can try.
We can try. Somebody called you the Wizard of Booze in the chat room.
It's an old meme.
Is it an old meme? Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know the memes about you.
No, I don't know half of them either.
Can't
imagine they're worth much.
There's so many memes about me, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot about Pimpmunk.
Oh God, the Mississippi thing. I said Mississippi one time, and everybody thinks I say Mississippi like Mississippi.
but that's not it. It's Mississippi, right? I thought it was Mississippi.
No, see, I actually said Mississippi, not Mississippi.
You should adopt it. You should make it your own. Just
it is my own now.
They call it that, and tell everybody else, including all those people making maps, that they're wrong.
Yeah, and Cigguras, of course, that's a meme about me.
Yeah.
We need to write letters to our like state government and let them know how to respell the state's name. I don't know if we can do that.
Well, if they ask for a reason, you just tell them that an early morning YouTube show said so, and it's kind of hard to argue with.
To be entirely honest, Pimpmunk's probably the most famous person in all of Mississippi, but you know.
I'm the most famous person in my town, anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I'll never forget when Dusty Smith, he put this tweet on Twitter. Yeah. He's like, name one atheist more famous than me in the state of Mississippi. Gage said Pimpmunk.
Yeah.
And Dusty got a little pissed, you can tell. He got a little mad. But Dusty's sensitive.
Yeah.
He's kind of known for that, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a nice guy when you meet him. I met him in person. He's a nice dude. He's just he's kind of stupid sometimes.
Yeah,
but we're all stupid sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've had a lot of positive interactions with him. I know the guy, so
I just know there's times that I've gotten that Facebook memory. I don't know if you guys use a lot of Facebook, but you'll get the fucking memory.
Yeah.
And you read some shit that you wrote like fucking 10 years ago, and you're like, good fucking Lord, why?
Yeah, oh yeah.
We've all fucked up on the internet, I'm sure, by at least our own standards.
Well, recently there's the dude that won the Heisman Trophy in college football, right? Well, as soon as he won the Heisman Trophy, of course, people went back into his old Twitter days when he was 15 years old, and said what did he say? Something about, was it gay people?
Yeah, they accused him of using like some type of slurs or something like that.
And he was, and then he had to come out and apologize. I'm sorry when I was. Fuck, you were 15. You
were a kid. You were literally a kid, like a minor, like you know.
You had a Sarah Silverman moment then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. Look, I mean, yeah, if he was saying it now every 5 seconds, okay, yeah. But when you're 15, you say all kind of stupid shit.
I would say never apologize, though, even if you're wrong in that situation.
I think a lot of times the apology ends up being worse than the actual.
It's true. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do live in an age in which, you know, outrage is a form of fucking currency, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And accusations is a verdict. I mean,
yeah, I'm a little familiar with those.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like anybody accused of anything, boom, you're guilty, especially in the court of public eye. You know,
let's just say I think that's a big reason I actually like more or less trying to get away from and ignore politics in general. That shit used to be my bag. It used to be my career, right? Back then, when I was working, it was funny because apathy was the big problem. Like nobody cared. Everybody was too busy with their own private lives, and everybody who was paying attention or whatever felt that was a big problem. I don't think any of us could have foreseen what would happen when all of a sudden having a righteous opinion about something and having some fucking crusade to go on was like high fashion. Because this shit these days, good God, there's a reason I'm looking at building a fucking school bus and living off the grid.
It's insane, dude. I try to shut up about everything these days. I really do, and it's hard for me because I got a big fucking mouth.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I got a.
No, I'm one of those fucking people, dude. I'm in that like latched on.
Now you're the king of contrarians, though.
No, I mean, like I would say, particularly with politics, like I'm glued onto this shit. I wish I could have the apathy.
But you love pissing.
I know what it's like to not feel things. I wish I could. I wish I could stop watching the slow motion train.
Love to
human civilization.
You love to piss people off more than
I do.
I've ever seen.
Look, that's really the only benefit I get out of this.
Yeah, well, you can only
that's all I get.
You can only take any kind of interest in watching a turd circle the drain for so long, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the worse tribalism gets, the more I'm tired of having the same old arguments over and over again. You know.
Yeah, and being a centrist is the most evil thing you could be on the.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm tired of taking shit from people on the right who think I'm too left wing and people on the left who think I'm too right wing. It's fucking ridiculous.
Let me offer this though with something I'm not widely known as an optimist.
Yeah.
But the fact that I hear that more and more is kind of encouraging.
Yeah.
Like, because if there's one thing you can count on, for like a dog shit trend, it's that when it becomes the norm and the status quo, the new, the new contrarianism, the new rebellion is to reject that. And right now, it's honestly like the high fashion thing to do is to fucking hitch your wagon to one of a dozen different types of horses and just let it take you where it wants, and people are fucking growing tired of this shit. I, for one, like, shit, I participated in that culture war shit like my early days on YouTube, and I regret every fucking second of it now.
Yeah, yeah, I do. That's like when I first started getting a little bit popular. My thing was atheism, right? And then I mean, I got to the point where like, well, how many ways can I say that there's no fucking God, right? And then I kind of started sliding away. Not that I think the conversation needs to be had still, but I just don't want to have it. And then a lot of atheists got really angry at me because I kind of stopped talking about it. And I'm like, fuck off.
It's crazy to see all these people who used to preach like independent thought and critical thinking, just assigning themselves to tribes now, and they've literally become what they were afraid of.
And like I said, I do think the conversation still needs to be had.
Yes,
but
well, that's the thing though. It needs to be a conversation because, like, especially this is one of the problems with the internet. Is you get everything bam, 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 rapid pace, right? Barely have any time to really think about anything.
Yep,
and all of and any kind of idea that maybe you support or oppose, it just ends up becoming like it's like a hand puppet. You just get this avatar in your mind about what it's like. I mean, I was an anti-theist myself, and then I ended up actually working with at a beer shop, no less, with a pastor, and the guy was the most reasonable, fun, amiable person I think I've met in recent years, and we're still friends to this day. And when we get into discussions about religion or the value of faith and is it worth believing in something even if there's a chance it's not real, those conversations are like genuinely fulfilling because like there's stuff to chew on, and it's not just point scoring and animosity.
Yeah, I found the people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I found the people that I respect the most are the people that I can disagree with and still have a very civil dialogue, still consider them, an acquaintance or a friend. Those are the people I respect the most.
Yeah, it was point like D, right? Like I said, D was a contrarian, but D also can see the point at times where this is the time where we can actually have a conversation. Me and D disagrees on a lot of things, but when we sit down and have a conversation, we can see each other's points, and we can agree or disagree. You can still have that conversation. Discourse in a civil way can actually solve a lot of problems. But there's no such thing as civil discourse on the internet anymore. It really isn't. It's hard to find.
Well, you remember just recently Blair White came out saying like one of the reasons she stopped with the shit is because all these fucking charlatans who are, they're just showboating about how red-pilled or woke or whatever the fuck they might be these days. Like, she's had them telling her, like, oh, yeah, play up those numbers of the protests and the threats and the people. Oh, it gets you so many views. Like, I'm sorry, are we dealing with a YouTube version of the fucking Guardian here?
Yeah, basically.
It's kind of really sad, though, if you think about it, the way human beings are. Because this is, I don't think it's a partisan problem. I don't think it's a like whatever political ideology you subscribe to. I don't think it's your religion even. I think it's just human fucking beings on just a base level. We are so internally fucked up. Because we will click on the memes because they make us angry. That's what gets clicked. Something in our fucking brain tells us like this is more entertaining for whatever reason. Like we get sucked into this,
Yeah, it makes us feel alive. I mean, one thing I've been using as a vehicle to get away from this bullshit is I've been like just binge watching any kind of sci-fi I can find. And I just finished watching the entirety of Star Trek, right? And this is following Star Wars. One of the things I found interesting though is within both of those, this kind of shit examines like that struggle. Because on a base level, we are nasty, angry, confrontational, violent fucking creatures. And yet we have the capacity to realize that we don't have to be that way. It's not easy to change it, but that when you get to it, you start to kind of realize like, like fighting against that, as hard as it is, that's part of what makes it worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'm a nihilist, so it makes it really hard for me to care about pretty much anything that's going on. And as far as like resolving the human condition and like being better in the future, that's really tough for me to grapple with. Like at this point, I'm just satisfied being here now. Whatever the human species is fucked up, but this is basically the hand I've been dealt.
You're familiar with the concept amor fati, right?
No, what does that mean?
There was a principle like this part of like how everyone seems to misread Nietzsche. So like there's that famous quote, time is a flat disc, and the idea being that it's just all futile and fatalistic, and everything that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and then it's gonna happen again. There's no changing it. The real purpose to that, amor fati, means love of fate. And the real purpose behind that notion is that if we are indeed locked into an endless cycle where we're doomed to repeat everything, the goal should be to try and live a life where you're okay with that. Not to just like throw your hands up and say, well, fuck it, it's pointless, as much as like, you know, with whatever amount of self-determination and free will you might actually have, even if that's just an illusion, do your best.
Yeah, because that's the best you're gonna get out of the situation, right? That's all anyone can hope to get, is the best out of whatever situation that they're in.
I don't believe we are doomed to repeat it though.
Hey, Pimpmunk, this is the most intellectual show I've ever heard that's named after an erection in my life.
Well, we'll get to stupid shit in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee.
There we go. There's the break to get into the stupid shit right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So one of the best fucking birthday gifts I ever got.
I hate you.
It looks like it's really comfy to hold on to.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It snuggles your fingers.
Classmate charged in connection with the death of pregnant teenager found in dumpster.
Wait a minute. The pregnant teenager was found in the dumpster?
Yeah, she got murdered. The death of 17-year-old Brianna Roshan Rosh, whatever the name is, sent shockwave through the community of Mishawaka, Indiana. She was stabbed, strangled, and her body left behind at a local restaurant. Authorities arrested 16-year-old Erin Trejo on counts of murder and feticide. Given that the girl was also pregnant, Trejo is believed to be the father.
Wow, man, that's like really fucking horrible. I don't even know what to say to a headline like that, dude.
Of course, his name is Trejo. He's a fucking wetbag. He killed her.
Trejo.
Wow. This says a lot about the society we live in.
That is horrible, though, man. That is fucking horrible.
That's rough. So he strangled and stabbed this bitch.
Yeah, and then threw her in a damn dumpster.
That's rough, dude.
I fucked a girl in a dumpster. I ain't gonna kill a girl and leave her in a dumpster, but I did have sex with a girl in a dumpster.
Yeah, you'd hate to sully the memory of that dumpster with something so wretched.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up. That is crazy, though.
Pimpmunk's gonna be driving by like a Denny's one day with like.
Well, this just pisses me off because I just had a Jimmy Dean microwavable breakfast sandwich this morning, and now the sausage links recalled over fear of metal contamination.
Oh my god!
Wait a second. So that's been turkey, romaine lettuce, ground beef.
Yeah, ground beef,
and sausage.
Yeah, what's going on here?
They're trying to fucking kill us.
Isn't chicken supposed to be the dangerous, poisonous meat?
They're putting chemicals in the water.
No.
But approximately 29,000 pounds of Jimmy Dean frozen sausage links were recalled over the fear that some products may be contained with materials as reported by the United States Department of Agriculture.
Fucking crazy.
Extraneous material.
Getting fucking poisoned. Don't you wish we could just get rid of all regulations, dude? just eat the fucking metal meat, dude. Just eat the
see what happens.
If it wasn't for the goddamn government saying it was a problem, wouldn't be a problem, would it?
What if we like metal meat, you know?
Yeah,
what about our liberty?
Yeah, I need a bit more iron in my diet, so I think that would help me out.
I think they should put it back on the shelf.
Well, ever since I stopped getting my my InfoWars nutraceuticals, I don't know where I'm going to get my heavy metals from. I mean,
they should just put it back on the shelf with, like, you know, added clarification that it contains extra metals.
yeah, just put it on the ingredients. It's like, why is this one so cheap? Oh, lots of lead. That's healthy, right? It'll
be like the next non-GMO or the next gluten-free, you know? People want metal in their foods, dude.
I don't understand that. Okay, Time Person of the Year is the Guardians. Person of the Year is a bunch of people.
Who the fuck are the Guardians?
Of the galaxy?
No, it's just the Guardians for taking risks in pursuit of greater truths, for speaking up and speaking out. That's what it says.
What?
These people?
I don't really know who they are.
Well, apparently they're important.
Yeah,
Guardians.
But
I'm gonna have to like Google this fucking.
It says Person of the Year, and it's multiple people. Person means one fucking person.
Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, If anything, they should have a separate category if they're gonna have it be like organizations or groups. You know, they could do something like that, but not for Person of the Year. That's kind of stupid, right?
It's weird.
Well, I mean, all right. So I mean, just briefly, I'm seeing they're saying it's like Jamal Khashoggi, the Capital Gazette. What the fuck is this?
Oh, dude, I just see an article that says Time 2018 Person of the Year goes to Jamal Khashoggi, the Guardians of the War on Truth. Wow, dude, let's put the U.S. resident that was chopped up by a Saudi hit gang by the order of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Let's put him on the fucking on Time magazine, dude.
Wait, what? That's seriously what this is about?
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess there's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like, was it Risa, the Gazette staff, and the wives of Washington Alone, and Kyoso? What the fuck? I don't even.
What the fucking fuck?
Well, I mean, keep in mind this is the same magazine that decided, you know, they were gonna just put Rudy Giuliani on the cover as the Person of the Year, just so everybody could like feel good. Remember that? Because I mean, the whole point of this is supposed to be the most like the person who influenced events the most. I mean, they put Hitler on there one time.
Sure.
And justifiably, in 2001, should have gone to Bin Laden, but instead it was Giuliani because nobody wants to cry anymore.
Yeah.
Should have just been George Bush because everyone knows he did 9/11.
It was an inside job, dude. He was there, like, putting the nano thermite into the building himself.
Yeah, and the chemicals in the water.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they did that at the same time. That's a bit of a conspiracy for you.
Well, I'm just glad to hear the government was at one time at least trying to do things efficiently.
Yeah, you know, they made good time. They did a lot that day.
They did do a lot.
Yep. Good on you, America.
America, you did good.
Hey, Steve,
America, fuck yeah.
That's satirical, by the way. If you're watching this, YouTube employees, you know, that's what we call satire.
No, it's not real.
Oh yeah, no, actually, yeah, it is real.
It's all real.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh shit, Israel. There's another connection.
A group of Russian military planes crossed the Atlantic Ocean and landed in Venezuela. The Russian state news agency TASS reported earlier, citing a defense ministry statement. 2 nuclear-capable strategic bombers, by the way.
Okay.
Cold War never ended.
Cool.
It probably never will.
I love too the fact. I mean, like, so like we're going back to like saber rattling intentions with Russia, and at the same time, like we supposedly went through that whole Cold War so that we could avoid having a United States where we had government, like heavily armed government agents asking for papers in transit, and where we were constantly being surveyed and watched, and you know, having our neighbors encouraged to report on us, and the way that them filthy Soviets did. I'm so glad we defended our freedoms.
It's so fucked because, like, you think of something like the Patriot Act and like all this fucking crap that's happened. It's like, wow, we suck at like.
Yeah, we don't remember.
We just suck,
well, do we?
We just
fucking suck, dude.
We suck at everything.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like I wouldn't say a toothache because you never get used to those, but like if you got average aches and pains, eventually you kind of just learn to live with them. That sort of seems to be the human condition as well. It's like you can throw a bunch of shit at people, you can rip their lives open and flip them upside down, and on a long enough timeline, everybody will just kind of get used to it and find something else to get upset about.
It's kind of like how gay people get used to dicks going in their assholes.
Yeah. No, actually, that happens a lot quicker than you think. You can get used to a dick in your ass like in a much shorter period of time.
Oh, really?
We've been in like Iraq and Afghanistan for like almost like fucking 20 fucking years, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, or if you do YouTube for a living, you get pretty used to getting fucked up the ass.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
At least once or twice a year, right?
A day.
No, a week usually.
For Pimp, it's like every fucking month.
Oh, dude, no. Ben was talking about that. He said, Pimp said it's so fucking rough on you too. I have, dude. It's like I get suspended my suspension was over the 8th, and I still haven't got my streaming.
Yeah, man. They're gonna do it again. They're gonna try for it. They're gonna be like, nope, actually, you have to email us back again, and we'll be like, okay, 3 weeks from now you can have your channel back, and then they still won't do it for another week after that. It's like this shit's ridiculous how YouTube runs it. Like they treat the smaller channels who deal with the consequences way worse.
It's been over 8 months now. I've been like suspended off YouTube an average of 8 months, a total of 8 months.
Yep.
This year.
That's the majority of the year.
Yeah, so it sucks, but fuck them. Anyways, moving on to something more positive. The world's oldest skydiver, 102-year-old Irene O'Shea, who lost her daughter to motor neuron disease, jumped off a plane to raise awareness for money for MND.
She's 102?
102 years. I'm going to show a picture of her.
What's Jesus Christ?
She is she is a fucking boss, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Mima's doing the Halo jump there. That's pretty impressive. What's your fucking excuse now, everybody?
I know.
What?
It's so bitch to
I
make
think
it all
everyone
look
else,
bad.
everyone just yelled out, "Years left of my life."
I was complaining about being 41 earlier.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that is fucking insane.
Crazy, man.
She's just fucking, yeah, she's more badass than you, Pimp. What are you gonna do?
My fat ass ain't jumping out of no plane. That's just not gonna happen.
With all the shitty news around these days, it's nice to have something like nice to talk about for a change. You know, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know, that was. I mean, it's funny when it comes to the Saints show on the Wednesday show, and actually on the Friday show too. We've gotten to, like, we're trying to get away from all of the, well, anything Philip DeFranco reports on, pretty much, because it's routinely depressing. So just like looking up odd news, there was that story about a little autistic boy who had a flock of ducks living on his yard, and then the homeowners association got all tetchy about it and decided to try to get him removed, and they fought it in court. And when we got to report, little boy got to keep his ducks. It was like, fuck you, homeowners association.
I fucking hate the homeowners association, dude. Fuck those people.
Yeah, I love talking about weird news. Like, I started a segment recently on my show where it's just like rapid fire talking about like these crazy ass news headlines, and sometimes we'll get into it more, but usually all that there is to it is like the headline, like something fucking crazy, and talk about that real quick. But you know,
like a squirrel getting his head stuck.
Yeah, seriously, it's always crazy shit like, you know, a squirrel got, I don't know.
Did you hear about somebody actually hired Beyonce to perform at their wedding? You know, them were some rich motherfuckers.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe they got a discount, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what is it they call themselves? The 1%ers or something?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to hire Beyonce?
It doesn't. I mean, it didn't say how much she got paid. I don't think. Let me see.
Money.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got to be in the hundreds of thousands.
Well, here's the thing. The singer was hired to perform at the pre-wedding celebrations of the daughter of India's wealthiest man. Other famous people who were also at the wedding were Hillary Clinton and newlyweds.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Hillary was there.
Yeah, and Nick Jonas and his new wife.
Nick Jonas? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Didn't we just talk about like not going over and reporting on dumbass, depressing shit?
Like it's just anytime Hillary Clinton is is mentioned, it's just like an automatic like -50 to mood. It's subtracted right off the top.
Did it suddenly get cold in here?
I felt a breeze, a nice little breeze, but that's fucking crazy.
No, frigid breeze. But
you know she got paid bunches.
Yeah. You know it.
Well, I love it too that there's people in India who can afford to hire Beyonce. Meanwhile, PewDiePie needs to put together a fundraiser so that literal 9-year-olds don't have to work themselves to death. That's love, isn't it?
You know what's fucked up too about this is like I saw a video in India of street dentistry. I don't know if you guys have fucking seen this in India. They got dudes on the side of the street who got like their dirty fucking instruments laid out in the fucking sun, and they're just having people come over and dude, they'll just fucking rip people's teeth out of their face on the street, and they'll like fit them with like fucking dentures and shit. Like, street dentistry, dude.
India is also where like beggars would have limbs surgically removed so that they could more effectively beg.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's fucked up. But yeah, I've read that stories before.
I read another story in India. in their fucking hospital, they have rats. There were like actual like attacks on babies, infant babies. The rats fucking like biting the shit out of these newborn babies and shit in India. It's like, okay, so you got motherfuckers who can pay to have Beyonce out at their fucking whatever rich fucking shit that Hillary Clinton's hanging out at. Meanwhile, you got babies eaten by rats and motherfuckers getting their teeth pulled out of their face in the middle of the street.
I'm just looking forward to when like the Bay Area hipster class decide they're going to adopt that version of Eastern medicine.
Oh my god, dude!
It's like, why do you have all these rats eating away your babies? Oh, it's an immune booster. Namaste.
Yeah.
Oh,
To be entirely fair, India is an entire country that subsists only on T-series and nothing else for its economy. So,
although they aren't they? Yeah, they're sending up. Now China's going to the dark side of the moon, but India is actually developing a space program now.
oh really? Oh yeah, they need to waste the money on a space
They'll
program.
be sending big giant rats to the moon.
Man,
oh man,
Rats and babies.
whenever I hear a news
babies.
story about India, it's always about how much trash is in that country. Like honestly, like whenever I look at a news headline about India, it's usually about all the trash there.
Well, you're not there.
I'm not there. Okay, so yeah, it probably doesn't exist either. It probably doesn't exist.
Yeah. Anyways, as award show season begins, the usual suspects of streaming. Anyway, what this is about is streaming services are now starting to like kick TV's ass at the Emmys and shit like that. Yeah, and I think it's pretty great, actually. I think,
In a while.
yeah. Because look, face it, man, Netflix and Amazon Prime, their shows are fucking awesome for the most part. I mean,
movies
there's a few, movies too. I mean, there's some good ass movies. There's a few shows that kind of suck, but man, I love sitting down watching Netflix originals
Because they're given a lot more creative freedom in what they can do on
well,
those
it's like
platforms.
movies. It's like a movie every episode, right? It's kinda, and you know, a lot of TV is that way these days. But the show that really started that was The Sopranos, right? It was like a movie every episode, and they seem successful. But now the streaming sites are really doing it, and I love that. Now YouTube's got their own TV thing going on. I refuse to pay for it, even though there is a couple of shows on there that I would like to watch. Because I really wanted to watch the Karate Kid series, but I'm not going to give them money.
Yeah, fuck that.
What, dude?
Do what?
Imagine being YouTube. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, has anybody here seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs on Netflix yet?
Yes, it is. Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Yeah. No, you're right though, actually, because like the way like I forget who I was talking about this with recently, but it's funny because if you look back, right, you can actually see like I was rewatching Deep Space Nine actually, and I noticed because that was out around the time that shift from villain of the week episodic shit, it kind of shifted into more longer plots, and it really was HBO, I think, that really got that going with like
Sopranos,
Oz, Carnival, all those.
The Wire was fucking amazing.
Yeah, because I mean the only show I can think of right now, and even that's got these long running plot arcs, but like The Blacklist, right? That is definitively a villain of the week style show, and then they've got these subplots which just keep running and getting.
I've never watched The Blacklist ever. I guess
it's the James Spader show is all it is.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
But there's a couple of shows on regular TV that's good, but for the most part, it's like you said, the episodic stuff. You know, where it's a different story every week, and it loses my attention.
Well, even I mean, it's funny too because I mean, you see the shelf life of these things. Like Walking Dead is done. That shit is done. I'm sorry. Like if there were any more sharks to jump, the ocean would be empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Doctor Who's gone to shit. I was a huge fan of that show for the longest time, and that like it died a slow death over several years, and then
the woman thing killed it, didn't it?
It wasn't even actually Jodie Whittaker as a performer. Like her performance was actually a lot of fun.
But it doesn't make sense though, does it?
No, it makes perfect sense if you follow the show. The first 2 episodes were fun. It felt like, hey, we're getting back to the fun, adventurous Doctor Who shit. And then episode 3, they're like, whoops, we accidentally time traveled to Mississippi during the fucking civil rights era, and They open up with Rosa Parks getting on a bus, right? And the bus driver tells her to get off. And when he gets up, he's got a fucking revolver on his hip. Because apparently, as far as the fucking Brits are concerned, any American who wears any uniform at all is armed.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, it was
armed bus drivers, right?
Armed bus driver, Mississippi. Yeah, that's
yeah.
and
I mean, and the sheer amount of like racism bad kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm okay if you want to put that in a show, but if it's the kind of thing where like you're gonna just drop any semblance of a cohesive plot and just beat me over the head with your message that I'm already well aware of,
feels like he's being pushed too much.
It should be subtle and nuanced, right? In storytelling.
Yeah, it's fucking boring.
But you brought up the Battle of the Buster Scruggs, man. If anybody hasn't seen that, watch it. It's what it is. It's a movie of little short stories,
vignettes.
Yeah, it's got like some really great actors in it too, and it's James Spader's in one of them. Not James Spader, but
James Franco.
James Franco. James Franco's in one of them.
And thankfully, it's the shortest one too, because I'm not a huge fan of James Franco.
I loved him.
He was really good in this, no doubt. Yeah.
I loved him in the movie about what's his name with the room. That was a good movie.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good in that. I thought he deserved
fucking Tim Blake Nelson though. My God, like
oh yeah.
I'd honestly I'd sit through a 3-hour movie of just him doing that shit that he was doing in that first vignette. Just
yeah, that was so fucking great. And if you don't know who it is, Oh Brother We're Out There, right? He was in Oh Brother We're Out There with George Clooney and that other dude. John
Turturro.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since it came out.
Yeah, but he's the little guy, right? He's in the first vignette of the battle. He is Buster Scruggs, and it's so fucking funny. It really is. It's. I'll tell you, the Coen Brothers is the one that did this shit, right?
Do you know who really impressed me? And I shouldn't be impressed, like I shouldn't be surprised, but Tom Waits.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fucking. He's like Tom Waits. Tom Waits is in there. Oh wait, how's it going?
Yeah, it's just so good. It's really entertaining. I definitely tell people to watch it. There's a new series on Netflix that I want to watch. I haven't watched yet, and I can't remember the fucking name of it. I'll tell you what I'll do though. I'll pull it up right quick because I want you to watch it. It's starring the guy from you remember Officer Down D?
Oh my God! Fuck yes, I do.
Well, he's the guy from Sons of Anarchy. It's starring him. Yeah.
What a great fucking movie that was.
Well, this show is called Bad Blood, and it's a Netflix.
Is it like the same thing?
No, it's like a mobster kind of deal show.
Okay.
And he's the star of it, and it looks good. And if you haven't seen Officer Down, watch it, people. Officer Down is at first, it was when you first start watching, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Yeah, Kim Coates.
Yeah, Kim Coates.
You gotta think of if you've seen Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yes, it's in that style.
It's the same kind of vein as that, and it's great. I think I like both of those.
This is how I can get your interest. This is how I get everybody's interest in this movie. There is a scene where he slides underneath an evil nun with a shotgun, shoots her up the skirt, and the bullet comes out the top of her head.
Cool.
So
through the cooter, out the head. Dude.
Through the cooter, out the head. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think in addition to it being a good show, one of the things I do genuinely appreciate about Sons of Anarchy,
my favorite show ever,
is you got Kim Coates, you got Tommy Flanagan, those two. Oh, and what's his name? Boone there. The guy who played Bobby. Yeah, but like all three of those guys. So those are the kind of character actors you see them in everything forever, and you never really get to know who they are. I mean, I remember Tommy Flanagan, with the scars there. I remember him in the movie The Game. With Michael Douglas back in the fucking 90s.
And he had a small role in Braveheart also.
Yeah, he's been in everything, and he's always getting these like badass little roles, so you know who he is. And then fucking Sons of Anarchy comes around, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, it's your time to shine, boys.
And they did.
Yeah.
And Kim Coates really shined in Sons of Anarchy as Tig. Oh my God, that is one of the most memorable characters in my book ever. Tig is so fucking awesome.
And it's funny too, though, because I follow Coates on Twitter, right? And from what I can tell, and I also know some people who've worked with him, Like he is apparently one of like the sweetest, fucking warmest like teddy bears of a human being you'll ever meet. And then you watch Sons of Anarchy and you see him playing Tig so convincingly. You're like, damn,
do psycho, man.
You're really
like
good
a
at this.
fucking nut. Yeah,
yeah. It's just and the episode where they killed his daughter and burn her body, and he was at the end that hole screaming. I mean, I'm like, my eyes filled with fucking tears. And I'm like, God damn, this dude can act.
Yeah, it's funny. I think like and this isn't even a knock on him, but so like the star Charlie Hunnam, he did great.
Yeah,
but the rest of that cast, man. I mean, I'd almost, as an actor, I'd almost feel bad for him just because it's like, how do you keep up?
Yeah, and he had an amazing cast behind him. I mean, honestly, I would watch a show with because he died at the end of the season. No spoiler alert. Fuck, it's been over with for years now.
It's Hamlet. Of course it dies.
Yeah, he dies in. Right, I would have been okay if they would have done a show after him. Like what happened with Tig and all of them. I would have sat there and watched that shit forever.
Well, they got Mayans on now.
Yeah, I know that. I haven't watched it. I don't know if it's any good or not. But I haven't watched any of that. But that looked good. I love that fucking show.
That's the trick, though. I mean, like it's almost like a fucking rare and precious thing when you come across it, and when you find like a production of any kind, and it's like story's great, fine, the themes, all that, wonderful, but it's this composite cast who you can tell like after day 2 they just sync up and they're just in the fucking zone with each other.
Oh yeah, and every one of them, dude. I mean, from the dude played Clay. I can't remember names very well.
Perlman.
Yeah, Ron Perlman. Yeah, that is Clay, dude. You fucking hated Clay, but that goes to show you how much of a great actor he was. And Katie Seagal as Gemma. I mean, you fucking hate Gemma, but you love her at the same damn time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just a great fucking cast, and to me, it is the greatest show ever. And like most shows, at least usually have at least one season that's not so good. Sons of Anarchy doesn't have that. They have every season is on point. Every season.
That's very rare in a show, yeah. So
it is, and I mean, some may disagree. I've heard some people say, "Well, season 2 wasn't that good." Bullshit, it was.
Well, even if they say it wasn't good, like you're talking comparatively to the ones that you absolutely loved.
Yeah. So
it's not like you dislike the thing as much as it didn't get you quite as much as the other ones did.
I think the darkest season was like 5. Season 5 was so fucking dark. That's when Jax really started turning and started getting goddamn cold, and it was pretty. Yeah, that show just. I mean, fuck, I love that. I've watched the every show 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I love it. It's my fucking.
That's your jam. That's your jam.
That is my jam. I love that shit. It's my favorite show.
I'll say when I got a motorcycle, I rewatched it and appreciated it considerably more.
I was that way about Sopranos forever too. I loved Sopranos forever. Breaking Bad was great, but I don't put it on the same level as those two. But
well, I would, but
I mean, I think it was amazing, and I think Better Call Saul is fucking amazing also.
Well, it's another interesting thing to notice, though, with the shift in entertainment and television, because TV's got to compete harder and harder.
Yeah.
And the shit that they put out there now, I mean, like, even with Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, too, like, I was legitimately kind of shocked. Not so much because, like, what I was seeing was shocking, but to see that, like, they put this on fucking television.
You know what it proves to me? It proves that, and this can apply to the internet as well, that competition is needed. For companies to show their best and have diverse ideas put out there and allow for creative freedom. That's what's a huge problem here on YouTube, just to kind of wrap it all together, because there's not a viable competitor. If there was, then the creators would be treated a lot better by the platforms, because they would have to be, right? And it would allow people to make better and better content.
Perfect example of that is professional wrestling. When WWE had WCW, they were better.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know shit about WWE.
Yeah, I'm serious. When WCW was around, WWE wrestling was better because they were competing each other. Yep. That's when they made the most money.
Competition is for the best for everyone. Everyone involved.
Exactly. That's when they really started with the jumpy flippy shit, huh?
Yeah, they kind of got jumpy flippy at the end there. And now they're really jumpy flippy, and they put people like John Cena up.
Well, you know what? right there though, that's the other side of the coin though when it comes to competition and trying to make your product constantly better. Is that, you know, like I think both with TV and especially with the internet, like when you go, you know, when people start noticing, hey, there's a big draw with shock, right? Being shocking, shock value, ooh, edgy shit, right? It's like if that's an element to what's being done, that's one thing. But when you get to a point where that's all your shit is, then that's jumped the shark, and basically it's like all right, well, it's gone too far, you know, maybe some substance now. You see it with TV too. I mean, like, how many shows come out and they're all just about like, oh, it is so fucked up, you're not gonna believe it, and nobody gives a shit because it's like it's dull, you know, the gore, the sex, the swearing, all that shit is like, that's the point. It's not making anything better or shocking. It's just, hey, look at this, fucking tits and shotguns, and oh, that's nice, I guess.
Manly stuff. Yeah,
I do like tits and shotguns.
I do too.
I like tits and pussy.
I was gonna say about Breaking Bad though. One of my favorite memes that came out of that was universal healthcare. It's like, if we had universal healthcare, then that whole entire story would have never happened.
Yeah.
Like, he would never have been in debt, and he would have never needed to go cook meth in a fucking motorhome in the desert.
Good point.
Yeah, seriously, dude. I'd never even thought about that. That's a really good point.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders fucked up and not bringing that up during the primary there.
I know, he should have. He was like, you know, you guys like Breaking Bad, right? Well,
if we'd have had universal health care, Walter would have been all right.
Yeah, that's a
compelling argument. Don't need this meth on our streets. What we need is universal health care.
Yeah.
That is good. That is a really good impression.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was great. That was great.
He's amazing at impressions, actually.
I like Kyle Kalinske gets like his hands up here when he does. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna listen to me." Like, I mean, I was like fucking Obama there.
Yeah.
Just the
does
that shit when he talks.
Pimpmunk's right though. I've seen Bernie Sanders stand up, and his impressions are pretty killer.
I was talking about you, you dumb fuck. I hate you.
That makes two of us.
Oh, now you done got fucking suicidal on me. God damn it. Give him a fucking Xanax.
No, it's like I said on Saints some weeks ago. Like, if you're feeling down and suicidal and you hate the world and you hate the universe and everything in it, it's like, keep living out of spite. Yeah. The universe is gonna kill you one day anyway. Yeah. You don't want to go making it easy now.
That's sort of my rationale there, right? Because like I contemplate suicide on a regular basis, not gonna fucking lie. Suffered with severe depression for a majority of my fucking life. I've dealt with that fucking dark cloud over my head, right? But it's like, shit, if I kill myself now, I won't find out if I won the lottery tomorrow. You know? It's a stupid calculus that I'm making, but it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I got another day in me, dude.
Might as well keep playing this game, right?
Real fast. God damn.
Yeah, man.
No, it's uplifting. It's a kind of realization. Like, I know with my luck, if I kill myself tomorrow, they'll create cold fusion and make first contact with aliens. I don't want anybody enjoying that.
Exactly, right? You're like, fuck, I'm not gonna miss that.
I'm not gonna let it happen, because if it's dependent on me offing myself, well, the rest of you guys are gonna have to fucking suffer along with me till I expire.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We're almost at the second hour, so as always in the second hour, remember to check the show out tomorrow. We got Girl Does Rent. Big titties. And she's got an opinion too.
She's got good ones too. Good opinions and good titties.
She's got an opinion. But come for the titties. Also, tip. We got $100 stream go. Make it happen. You can do it. We made it happen yesterday. We can make it happen today. Remember, Pimpy loves you. I will suck your dick.
Yeah. As you see in the background there, he's got a lot of laundry he needs doing. Probably about $5 worth.
Yeah, it's about
just remember also we gotta hold Pimp to what he said earlier.
Yes, I will.
He would sing to me a love song, and he's gonna seduce me.
A freestyle love song. I will sing D a freestyle love song if we make the $100 stream go.
Sweet.
Actually, you should just start a bidding war. It's like, if you want to see Pimpmunk sing, if you want to listen to that, you go ahead and donate. But if you want to make sure it doesn't happen, you make sure to nullify that donation you see come in.
Yeah.
Get a bidding war going on.
Bidding war. That's right. That's right. All right. Or we could do. No, we can't do that. No, we can do this.
We can't do that on YouTube.
Yes, no, we can. I can sing it to D, or I can sing it to Wizard here. But what you
I
got
was getting a song.
is you tip, and then with the tip you give, you say it's either for D or for him. And then the most money for him at the end of the show gets the song. Most money for D.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, so
we do something like that on my show. It's like with Jeff and his death shots. Like people will throw money and like say like, here's money towards you taking a death shot, and then people who don't want to see him suffer are like, no, here's something to offset that.
I used to have this guy come on called Hoburger,
dying anyway,
and we'd have bids to kick him off or bids to save him. And most of the time kicking him off won because
he is so unfairly maligned, I would say.
Yeah. Well, Hoburger was kind of my egghead for a while, but Hoburger's much more talented than Egghead.
Yeah, that's true.
Egghead's a fucking idiot. I like Egghead as a person, but he don't really need to.
I feel like Egghead is unaware of himself and Hoburger is, and that's a huge difference. If that makes
Hoburger sense. Plays it. It's a gimmick. Yep. Egghead is Egghead.
yeah. That's all you can say about him, right?
Yeah, and the dude's got the nastiest fucking bathtub I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah, I bet Hoburger has a better tub than that. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. Hoburger's lost a lot of weight too.
Oh yeah, good for him. Good for him, dude.
Yeah, he was a fat little fucker. Now he lost about 100-something pounds. I need to lose. I've been losing some, but I'm like up and down right now. It's weird.
Yeah.
I need to be where I was 5 years ago. When I lost all that weight, and then when I got sick, I gained 100 pounds back.
That sucks. That sucks.
I always found it kind of interesting though. Like I was putting the pounds on a couple years ago. I was pretty big for me, and but also like I was still in like the depressive insomniac stage, and like I'd eat like once a day. And I'd still pack it on. And then when I actually like established a dietary routine, I'd eat more. Like it seems counterintuitive, but then you're like, oh, that's right. The fucking metabolism, it adjusts. So yeah, if like you eat once a day, it's just gonna sit on that shit and boil it out to you. But if you like, that's why you see like the bodybuilders and the athletes and even just the models, they eat like 5 times a day. And that's how the metabolism stays like a race car.
If I don't eat enough, I wither away and die. So,
I think that's most people.
Well, please don't eat enough.
Whoa. Yeah, but no, I do it a lot faster than most people. Like,
yeah, he's a skinny little bastard. He weighs about.
It doesn't matter what I do, you guys. It doesn't matter what I do. I was on chemotherapy, man.
Yeah.
I had cancer, dude. And I'm over here eating like fucking gallons of ice cream to make my stomach chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I gained like 20 fucking pounds.
Wow.
But that was it, dude. I was eating like crazy too. But my weight doesn't fluctuate much. I got fucking cancer. My weight didn't fluctuate that much.
Crazy, man.
So I could like eat nothing, or I could eat like the worst substances you could think of, and I would still stay like this.
Well,
Ingram,
Matthew Ingram, a friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a while, but that little fucker, he is tiny, and I swear he eats twice as much as I do, and never gains a fucking pound.
That's how you know there is no God.
Yeah,
that is how you know.
I look at a fucking friend. I look at a French fry and I gain 50 pounds.
Like you've got some people that are just fucking touched by God. Like you will never get fat no matter what you do. Eat all the pizza and ice cream.
Like, one of these days, I'm going to do an eating contest, and I'll blow your fucking mind, dude. You're going to be impressed. You're going to be like,
what the fuck? I mean, you take the, look at the world hot dog champion.
Yeah.
The guy's like 80-pound Japanese guy.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
And that's that magic race car metabolism.
And I can't eat a lot at one time. Anyway, I eat like how I gain my fucking weight. I eat a lot through the day. I don't eat a lot at one time. I mean, I eat normal, but then I eat another normal meal and another normal meal. That's how I do it. Gain my fucking fat ass.
I've been eating considerably worse since I got my deep fryer, I will admit.
Yeah, the things are awesome.
Yeah.
I actually had to talk my cousin down. She's a fat girl. And she was going to go to Mexico and get the fucking weight loss surgery for way cheaper. And I'm like, you're going to die.
You just go to India. They got surgeons in the street that'll do it for 2 bits.
Yeah. But you don't do that shit, man. She was so fucking stupid. I think she still may do it. Well, it's cheaper. I don't give a fuck.
For only 3 rupees, you too could get one.
Just go to fucking Cuba. They'll do it for free.
Yeah.
And they also got like the best doctors in the fucking world. It's like you could talk all kinds of shit about Cuba if you want, but there's one thing they know how to do well. It's make doctors.
It's Cuba, by the way.
Cuba.
Is it Cuba?
Well, that's
like Gooden. You're like Gooden Jr.
Yeah, I don't say it correctly either. I was just fucking around. I say everything wrong. I'm Southern.
Wow.
Well, it might actually be pronounced Cuba. I don't know.
It is actually pronounced Cuba.
Yeah, well, if the Cubans call it Cuba, then it's Cuba, and
they do call it Cuba, but I call it Cuba because they're fucking stupid.
Well, we also say Quebec.
Yeah, it's Quebec. We say a lot of people say Illinois when it's Illinois.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why people say Illinois. It's fucking stupid. It's not. Illinois.
I blame the fucking English language for being all fucked up, dude.
The English language is a very fucked up language, but we're
like,
we're,
the fucking
we're America, goddammit. We do it better.
Was it the I after E except after C or whatever that fucking bullshit is? And
That's
it's like
bullshit.
completely wrong because there's like a million words that don't follow that rule.
Yeah.
Fuck off, dude. We suck.
Well, the Brits think we need to have the letter U in the word color. Why?
Oh,
I don't
do
know.
that.
I don't know.
Doing that.
Stop putting extra steps in this shit. Come on.
It does sound better though. Like say it to yourself and you tell me which one sounds cooler, color or color.
Color, yeah, it does sound better. I mean, schedule.
It also sounds more pretentious though, doesn't it?
Yes,
So.
it does sound more. That's like these motherfuckers saying aluminium, like Red Eye.
Aluminium, yeah.
Red Eye will say aluminium. I'm like, motherfucker, it's aluminum. Shut the fuck up.
A lot of people say that, honestly.
But you don't spell that with an IUM though, right? Because that's how we would pronounce it if it was eum.
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's
fucking it up.
You guys familiar with David Mitchell?
I don't know.
Great. I mean, one of my favorite comedians, probably ever. He's a British comic. He's known for what they call angry logic. It's that.
Oh yeah, I think I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he used to have a YouTube channel. It was called David Mitchell Soapbox, and most of the time, like it was just like him asking Americans to stop pronouncing and talking about things wrong. And one of them I loved was like "hold the fort." He's like, "Stop saying hold down the fort. It's hold the fort. The fort is not balloons which will suddenly drift off if you happen to not be there." I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And now I hear people like hold down the fort. I'm like, the fort's not going anywhere.
Why's it got to be held down? Right? That's so unnecessary to say down. That's like the point of the joke.
Yeah, I thought Americans were trying to.
For those who don't get it.
For those who do not get it.
Yeah, for those.
For those in the cheap seats.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the cheap
Actually,
seats.
no, interesting point though. Before Dr. Randomer Cam became the angry YouTuber, he was he is a comic. He's a stand-up comedian. He actually won a comedy competition and was awarded his prize by David Mitchell. I saw that video. I'm like, you lucky motherfucker.
That's awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet.
It is.
How sweet is it, D?
It's like, I would say, you know, if I'm going to be very precise, I'm going to say it's sweet as fuck.
But here's the question. How sweet is fuck?
Makes my toothache. Yeah.
I don't know. You're asking me big questions here.
Big philosophical questions on the Morning Wood today. Seriously.
Yeah, man.
I know, for a show named after an erection, I mean, we're getting pretty real at some points.
Shut the fuck up.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
Back on track.
Yeah.
Back on track.
Yep. Back on track.
We did it.
We got him.
We got him, boys. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about now.
So,
yeah, I was gonna say I don't know who we got, but I'm glad we got him. I guess.
At least it was gotten, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's a story. NASA's Voyager 2 probe has reached interstellar space.
I started having kind of a shitty day a little bit here and there yesterday, and all I'd actually have to do is just reflect on that.
Yeah.
Realization. Yeah. We got a machine in deep space now.
That's pretty cool.
What is interstellar space?
It's
What
not
is that shit?
outerstellar.
It's outside of the Oort cloud. It's beyond the immediate gravitational reach of our sun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! So wait, is it like by Pluto or some shit?
Oh
Like, how
no.
far
It's
away
well,
is it?
it's well outside. It's well outside the solar system, and it's at its exit. So there's a thing called the heliosphere. So way outside of just our immediate solar system, beyond Pluto and all that. You know, you've got the Oort cloud. There's like a whole series of comets, asteroids. The reason comets make their pass, but they only do so every fucking million years or whatever, it's because the gravity of the sun is such that it's got to reach well outside of the immediate solar system, and
Yeah.
there's a sort of point of demarcation when you finally get outside of the sun's gravity, and
Yeah,
that's
because
outside
Pluto would be in our gravity, right? So like that's like extraordinarily far away, but it's still like beholden to the powers of the sun.
That's a fraction. That's a fraction of how big it is.
So it's like way farther than Pluto. Then is what I'm getting.
Yeah. Let's see. The heliosphere.
That's crazy, dude.
How big is it? Yeah, Voyager 1 encountered heliopause on August 5th. Yeah, and it's funny, yeah, because even when the closer you get to the end of the extent of the heliosphere, apparently there's a plasma density that ramps up about 40 times.
What? I don't even know what that means, but it sounds crazy.
What is it? How big is the fucking thing?
We had land in here right now.
Notice how notice how no one ever talks about this shit. People would rather talk about like Trump's hair or something like that.
No, you know what they're talking about? He's misspelling the word smoking twice. He said smocking.
Smocking.
I mean, that shit's fun to talk about sometimes. It is. And,
sometimes, but not every single day.
Most of
There
the
is
time
no smocking gun, ladies and gentlemen.
Smoking gun. We most of the time do the stupid shit on here, but sometimes it's cool to talk about serious stuff like Wizard of Causes anus.
Man, I wonder what the news is gonna do with themselves. Like, you know, whenever
I forget what your real name is. What's your real name, dude?
Me?
What the
No,
fuck?
not fucking
name, dude.
Wizard of Cause.
Oh, Nick.
Nick, that's right, Nick. Okay, now I got it. It rhymes with Dick. It's Nick. Okay.
By the way, just I found it. It's 18 billion kilometers.
It's a lot of kilometers.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
That's
my friend,
really long way away.
Kilometers. That's more kilometers than I've ever seen in my life.
So with this probe, I imagine like what they have like cameras on it and shit, don't they? What are they fucking doing?
No cameras, but there's it sends back sensor data. Like, that's why we've sent Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Voyager 1 when it was approaching the edge of the heliosphere. Because apparently there's like massive density. There's like a really dense clouds of there's a layer of hydrogen. And then I guess a plasma density issue, and I'm no expert on this, but yeah, and apparently it ran into this plasma density and causes some problems. So the fact that Voyager 2 is able to make it out is notable.
You know, I feel like some deep innate need to relate this to sex, right? Because people are like, I almost lost my virginity. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Well. Was there penetration involved? We start asking these questions, but this is like us sticking our dick into the fucking universe, dude. Have we lost our fucking virginity at some point with the depths of space that we have gone to? Like, are we fucking the universe yet? Is that what I'm getting at? Like.
That's a funny thing. It's like, right now in terms of like human space travel, we've only sort of like done some heavy petting on top of the genes as it was. Because, we got a space station up in space, right? It's not really all the way in space. It's in orbit. It's still effectively relatively connected to the Earth. So it's like, we haven't gone that far yet.
Unfortunately, more than fucking space, we're fucking ourselves right now.
No, we have a fucking drone out there, dude. We are tiddling some shit with some kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it's a bit
tiddling. Beyond in interstellar space, dude. We've made it to the vagina.
I like the fact that in 2018 you can actually say, with a straight face and completely seriously, that planet Mars is entirely inhabited by robots.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Say that to somebody in the 1950s. They'll be like, "What, are they coming for us?" Like, no, there are robots. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's true.
Are they coming for us? Yeah.
Yeah. See,
oh my God. What if like all civilization just like fucking had a reset, right? And we had to like go from like the beginning to like where we are now. And we went to Mars and we're like, there's fucking robots here. What does this mean?
I'm sure that's like a 1950s B movie or something. Like, you know it is.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That would be funny.
Well, that's kind of, I mean, that's sort of sci-fi. I don't know if you ever read Dune, but now, so like mankind didn't collapse, but that's set so far in the future. Most people don't even believe Earth was a real thing.
Dude.
I like a lot of those old movies, like, you know, they'll say 2011 and they had all these fucking giant robots ruling the earth and shit. I'm like, fuck, dude, I wish it was like that.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't know about that.
I do.
Well, the famous one is hoverboards. We were supposed to have like legit hoverboards.
And then they came out with that bullshit the bullshit hoverboards that came out a couple years ago. That fucking sucked.
No, you remember you remember that like team who claimed they built the real hoverboard, and it was basically just like, it wasn't the board that was doing shit. You just had to like skate around on this giant high power magnet that pushed you up like a centimeter.
Yeah.
That's what's even the point?
But now we do have cars that can drive themselves now,
and they kill people.
And they kill people, yes.
Probably definitely less than real drivers, but you know,
dude, I'm looking forward to that. All right, come on, you guys, you got to be with me on this. Like, we're all at a fucking on the side of the road, right? We just pull out our fucking smartphone or whatever, boop boop, and our fucking free ride shows up, and it's a self-driving car, and there's like champagne and drinks in there. Are you fucking gonna get fucked up with me in the self-driving car? That's my question.
Yeah, dude, I will.
No,
I will.
I'm scared of that shit.
Going to town, dude.
Here's the thing. I want this movie to be remade in today's world. I want to see a Maximum Overdrive reboot. I really do. With today's technology and all that shit, I want to see that. But I've always been afraid after that movie came out, machines are going to turn against us one day, and they're going to.
Well, when you think about it, it's really like an advanced version of an escalator because it gets you around, you know, and it's automated.
Yeah, well, people want to bring up my fear of escalators. Look what happened a couple of weeks ago. That fucking thing went crazy and it fucking killed a dude and all that shit.
Yeah, he became a hamburger.
Pimp's gonna get to the future and he's gonna be like the extremist on the corner with a fucking sign like, it's all a fucking conspiracy.
Fuck, man.
Well, I keep thinking, I remember when the idea was first floated about self-driving networked cars. I'm like, how long till somebody like hacks that network and decides they're gonna just have like program a nice choreographed dance on the middle of the highway with like all the cars? They just stop and they start going in circles concentrically. Like, isn't that pretty? By the way, subscribe to PewDiePie. Who the fuck did this?
Oh my god,
that'd be great though.
Yeah,
that would be kind of great.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Somebody says with no AC/DC talking about the remake. Fuck that. AC/DC has to be in the movie. The music has to be in the movie. But I want to see the remake, the reboot of Maximum Overdrive.
I've never seen that film.
It was the only movie that came out of a Stephen King book that he actually directed, and he didn't do a great job either. It's not really good. It's okay.
Oh, this one.
But the premise of the movie was fucking great, where all the cars and the diesel trucks turned against people because of a comet, you know.
After a comet causes a radiation storm on Earth, machines come to life against their makers. Good God.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cocaine.
Yeah, and there's one scene where the Coke machine's shooting fucking cans at the goddamn baseball team. It's pretty fucking funny.
That's bad, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty crazy. It's a goofy ass movie, but it's entertaining.
There's two Stephen Kings in the world. There's the Stephen King in the books and the Stephen King in the movies that most people knows, and it's the kind of thing like, I mean, you know about the kind of shit that actually goes on in the book It, right? Underage gangbang, gigantic god turtle.
Yeah.
The fuck. I think it was more than cocaine going on.
The Stand is his greatest work.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Beautifully dark.
Yes.
The Mist.
Well, I don't know about that, but
that's a fucked up goddamn dude.
yeah,
that shit tore me to pieces inside.
did it?
Yeah, broke.
You know, what movie fucked me up when I was a kid, and I love it today. And I'm a Hitchcock fucking fanatic. But The Birds, man,
The Birds.
The Birds was awesome. I love that movie. I'll watch today. I'll watch
remember
that motherfucker right now if we had it. I love that movie. I love all. Which I'm a Hitchcock fucking. Hitchcock was amazing. I mean, dude, Psycho. I mean, he kills the star at the beginning of the movie. He's the first person to do that shit.
That's fucked up too. As well. I mean, I saw it on Red Letter Media, but apparently Psycho was the first time a toilet was ever featured on screen.
Yeah, I've read that.
What?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. For some reason, yeah.
Well, so that's kind of like the thing though. Like we were talking earlier. You know, I mean, you look at what was taboo, and we're at a point now where it's almost like it's getting. Like the only way to shock audiences these days is just to be fucking gross, and you saw it with the horror genre for quite a while. Like it went from thriller kind of monster stalker shit to just straight up slasher shit. It's like, oh, this is gross, cutting his toes off slow. Let's get a close up. Like, what the fuck, really? Hostile,
you know.
And all that?
Yeah, it's
like,
all about the. Yeah, go ahead.
I like thinking about this type of shit though, because like this is us now. This is the stuff that we are looking at, and this is the stuff that is captivating us. This is the stuff that is popular. You can measure it, right? And you see all of the fucking media that we're looking at. But now let's rewind the fucking clock back, like go like 100 or more fucking years. Go back to when they first developed technology that would record things they can make a movie out of. Where did people go watch those movies? They had to fucking walk to these little fucking places where they fucking put a movie together, a little fucking picture show, like a picture show, right? And there was porn involved, ladies and gentlemen, as early as like 1905 or like 1890. Like the porn was fucking born, dude.
Well, we haven't changed that much, because I mean they found they found this old Roman bathhouse, which then they looked in the shitter part of it, and there were dick jokes written on the walls. The Romans loved their dick jokes. And, you know, it's like, no, we don't change that much, you know. But it comes in cycles though too. I was noticing this. I was talking with some film buff friends of mine, and so like just look over like the last 15 years or so, right? So we went from the big movies where people were excited about sequels, and then we get Lord of the Rings, and all of a sudden these big franchise IP are the thing. And they made a bunch of them, and then they made a bunch of clones of like the young adult shit, and people started getting burned out. And then you had like the Wes Anderson kind of shit crop up. People started liking it. Studios started pumping that shit out until people got bored. And then we got Transformers. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh
yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean the MCU's fucking dying right now on its own too. Look, Netflix has canceled half of their Marvel shows. Disney's like Disneying the shit out of it, which is like, hey, you had enough yet? You have? Too fucking bad. Here's some more. You know,
it's hard for me because I'm like so loving the fucking Marvel universe right now. Like I'm into it so deep emotionally. So I don't have any good arguments. But cool, fuck, I enjoy it, you know.
I predict we're gonna see like sort of a short-lived renaissance and resurgence of the odd indie kind of films, like the unusual stories, maybe the quirky kind of shit. And right up until the studios recognize that people like that, and then they're gonna just shove that in your face constantly until you're sick of it, and then we'll have probably a reboot of Transformers again.
Oh man, don't tell me cycles. Don't bring Transformers upon me.
Well, they already got.
Don't you bring the Transformers?
They got the new Bumblebee movies out already.
Oh no, I'm not gonna go see it.
I just can't wait for Disney to make that Star Wars story about Lando Calrissian's cousin, like LaQuisha Calrissian Reynolds, who runs a pastry shop, because we need that, you know. Can't get enough immersion in the Star Wars universe.
Yep, exactly.
Man,
I mean,
Cena is in the new Bumblebee movie. How can people watch that movie? Because you can't see him. And Nobody gets it.
I don't.
You know, well, that was his whole thing in professional wrestling. His thing was, you can't see me.
Who, John? Oh, I didn't even hear you said John Cena. I'm sorry. All right. No.
That was his fucking thing. He said,
Yeah.
You know what I am looking forward to, though, you guys, is the Ryan Reynolds Pikachu. Fucking that shit. I don't give a fuck, because I'm just like, that's my jam. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I love Pokemon. So like, I don't care how bad it is. I'm walking into this fucking explosion. Like, however
it's so
bad.
funny. It's the funny thing about Ryan Reynolds. I like him. I think he's a charming dude. He's captivating. But the Ryan Reynolds you see now, and the Ryan Reynolds you see in the Green Lantern, which it wasn't really his fault. It was just
poor direction.
The Green Lantern was written so poorly and directed so fucking.
Oh, are we forgetting Van Wilder and Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place already?
Yeah, there was some other shit too.
He had a bunch of bad movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But a lot of his independent shit was really good.
Oh, have you ever seen The Nines?
I think so.
Ryan Reynolds and Melissa McCarthy were in it, and it was fucking. That was a fucking trip of a movie.
And he was also in the movie called with the what's the fucking thing? Wonderworld or some shit like that. Oh, it was with the dude who played Mark Zuckerberg, who's a very good actor too, I think. And the chick from Twilight. It was a good movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They worked at a fucking amusement park.
Yeah, I heard that was a good one.
It was a really good movie. It's excellent. I like independent movies. That's what I used to be my thing back in the day. Let's say Adrian Brody. He was in an independent movie I watched a long time ago called Restaurant. That movie's so fucking good.
You remember him in Bullet?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke and Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, I love Adrian Brody, actually. I mean, his performance in The Pianist was fucking.
I've been told by multiple sources, though, he can be quite a pain in the ass to work with. He's like kind of like Ethan Hawke. He's like one of these like, fuck you, don't you know who I am kind of people.
Oh man,
that's another actor though, man. That's got a lot of misses, but when he's got a hit, it's awesome.
Well, he's the one who got me into audiobooks, actually, because before I even read it, I listened to Ethan Hawke's narration of Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah.
And good God, that guy's fucking tone is just perfect for that story.
Yeah, I can see that. Because he does got a nice voice. He's got a really like comforting type of voice. He's a great actor. Like I said, he's one of those hit and miss guys, but when he does hit, it's like awesome.
Well, I mean, it comes down to like the relationships they have with the studios, though. Because like if you look at the arc of DiCaprio or even Ryan Reynolds, another good example. Like those guys could have coasted on the teen fucking sex idol sensation, like Freddie Prinze Jr. Right? Where's that guy?
Yeah,
like he never evolved, and then you got DiCaprio. He's going from doing like Titanic and shit, and then he goes and does The Beach, which I love. I
fucking hate that movie. By the way,
I love that movie because I love the expectation game they played, because they sold it as like this, like, whoa, what happens when they travel and go live on a beach, and whoa, and then you get there, you watch the film, and it's like murder and drug cartels and fucking infidelity and like Lord of the Flies style shit going on. I'm like, hey.
He's been in some, that dude. I'm like Wolf of Wall Street. His performance in that movie is fucking terrific. I mean, in Django, I love him as Andy in Django. He's fucking great.
My buddy Chris was he actually had 2 roles in that film, and the guy the scene with the bags on the heads where like they're complaining they can't see. Well, the guy at the end who like whips his bag off and he's like, next time y'all need something done, you don't ask me or mom for nothing. And he goes riding off. Same dude played the overseer who got all shot up but didn't die in the final gunfight sequence. When like Django after Doc gets killed and Django's just shooting the place up and the dude lying getting his guts blown out. He's like, quit fucking shooting me.
Yeah.
Tarantino is such a fan of blood and gunshots though that they would think it was on his leg. So normally they'll put a piece of rawhide down, they'll put the squib there, and Tarantino for that one went with the largest caliber, effectively like legal squib, and they actually had to put a small piece of sheet metal on Chris's leg.
Oh,
he comes
my
back.
God.
Oh, he came back from shooting that day because this is when I was living down in New Orleans, and like he was my roommate. He comes back from work that day, and he's kind of shook, right? And he's like still stained with all this fake blood, and I'm like, a rough day of shooting. He's like, it was fun, dude, but fuck me, I don't want to do that again. I'm like, why? He's like, just strapping fucking M80s to my fucking thigh, man. I'm like, yeah, I can see how that, dude. I can see how that might make you a little nervous.
Yeah, but he had the steel plate, you guys. Come on, he had the steel plate.
Well, it's like a lot of weird trivia. Everybody knows about like scene where DiCaprio smashes that glass.
Yeah,
and he really fucked himself up, but he carried on with the scene. Well, the scene
was a skull, wasn't it?
No, it was just like a little wine glass, and he slammed his hand down, but he missed the mark, and
he really cut himself.
Yeah, and when he's pulling the glass out of his hand, like that was just him rolling with it in the scene. But there's another part where I think it was Django knocks a guy off a horse, and they're like, "You all right?" And he's like, "Broke my fucking collarbone." That wasn't written. That was a stunt man. He was just supposed to take a fall, but when he went down, he actually broke his fucking collarbone. And Quentin kept rolling. And then afterwards, he's like, "You all right?" He's like, "Do you mind if we use that?" He's like, "Okay, fuck it, go ahead." He's like, "All right, well, here's your SAG card. Congratulations, you're now a paid cast member."
Oh, shit.
I also like the part of that movie that we talked about where I'm getting feedback from you, Dave.
Why? Dude, I got headphones on. This is some bullshit right here. Yeah. I'm telling you right now.
Well, it was definitely from you. Anyways, I like the part where DiCaprio felt bad about saying the N-word, right? So much in the movie. Samuel Jackson pulled him aside and said, "Man, the fuck up, nigga."
Wow.
Don't be a pussy. Say the goddamn word.
That same buddy of mine. Have you ever seen 12 Years a Slave?
Yes, that's awesome.
The slaver who literally sells north or down the river, that same dude, and like there was like 2 days that he was on that set that I saw like what kind of toll it would take on him. One was when he had to beat Chiwetel Ejiofor, just calling him, dropping N-bombs and saying, "You a runaway." He had to do that for about like 4 hours just to get the take right, and he's a big fan of Chiwetel Ejiofor, so he's like, yeah, spending the day doing that was hard. But then the next one is because there's the kids on the slave ship too.
Yeah.
So he apparently spent like 3 hours just sitting with them off set, just trying to make sure they know that like he's not a bad guy, and that's just for the scene. And then he's got to like scream at them and call them every word under the sun. And those kids, they were fucking legit scared of him and that. And he comes back, he's like, "I'll never want to fucking do that again." Yeah. Well, you play a slaver in the South, dude, you're going to do that a lot.
That's the shit you got to do. Well, I tell you what, guys, we'll go ahead and take Q&A from the chat room. We're going to end it a little early today. It's been a great show, by the way.
Me, dude? Is that still me? I hear echoing. That's not
it's somebody.
You're in an echo chamber, D.
I'll try running my headphones.
So if anybody's got questions in the chat, we can still keep bantering for a few minutes. Please ask your questions. Also, taking tips. Haven't had a tip yet, so don't look like we're going to be singing those songs.
Is it still the same link in the description, Pimpmunk?
Yeah, I changed it. It changed. It's a different Streamlabs link, yeah. But it will show up in my PayPal, though, if they tip, so.
Okay. Are you sure it works and everything? There's a payout?
Yeah, bitch, it works.
All right.
Don't fuck with me, boy. I love you. You're awesome.
Wow.
What does Animator think about Personal 5 being represented in the Smash Bros?
Oh my god. I don't know why. I appreciate the question. I don't know why you ask me video game questions when I'm on Pimpmunk streams of all things. No one else here is going to get it, but
I get it. I know about Persona 5, but I don't know anything about Persona 5.
I'll just leave it at this. I like to see as many like franchises represented in that game as possible because it's cool to see. So I'm happy about it. There.
Yeah, and I will add a little commentary. Smash Brothers is fucking awesome. I hope they did not fuck up the greatness of that game.
Fuck yeah.
Because I might buy it. I have a Switch, so I might do it. I might do that thing.
You should.
What is a candy you guys like and one you despise? I'll go first. I like all candy. I'm a fat man. No, I'm joking. One of the candies I really do like, candy bars growing up as a kid, my favorite one was a Fifth Avenue. And one I despise, oh, fuck, I don't know. I'm sure there's something out there. Oh.
Come on, a candy you hate? You've got to be handed some bad candy in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit you threw away. What'd you throw away? You didn't eat it.
I don't know. Peeps, I guess.
That's not really a candy.
Well, the fuck it is, too.
This motherfucker said Peeps, though. Like, it's some fucking candy. I get you. Peeps aren't that great. I'm with you on the Peeps.
I consider it candy.
I mean, kind of. Like, they're marshmallows. So, yeah, they are. But
they got little fucking candy sugar on it. So, fuck you. You got sugar on it. It's fucking
it's not. Yeah, well, I just, like, when I hear, like, candy or, like, candy bar, like, I think about something that you could get, like, at a store, like, you know, at the front desk.
You can get Peeps at a fucking store.
Yeah, well, it's segregated, okay? It's segregated usually to the food aisle. So it's a little bit different.
Segregated candy. Okay.
Yeah.
I got your candy though. I got the answer to this question.
Okay.
The fucking best candy in the world, and I don't know if this qualifies, but it fucking should. Is Gushers. Gushers are fucking great because you get that fucking.
I like Sour Patch watermelons too. Oh my god.
You know, you get that fucking chewy candy, and you get the gush in there, and it's all good, right? But if I'm gonna say a candy I hate, I don't know the name of this candy, but I know you all have been handed this same piece of candy at some point in your life. And it is like the candy that old people give you.
And Werther's Originals?
Oh,
it's wrapped in some kind of weird plastic, and it's some weird cube looking like it's layered with like different colors, but you don't know like what the fuck it is. There's no name brand on it. I just know I've just got this fucking plastic bullshit.
Oh, I know. You're thinking of like saltwater. I don't.
Saltwater taffy.
Saltwater taffy.
I don't know. It might be saltwater taffy.
Yeah, it has different layers that are like. It has like different layers that are like different colors and shit. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, there's like 3 different layers in it. It's a cube and it comes wrapped in plastic, and old people give it to you.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be it.
It's the shit. That's the shit that like sits in a bowl on the coffee table, and no one ever takes it, and eventually it just turns into one solid lump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's what they give you on Halloween. That candy's like 40 years old.
It's because they hate children.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just doing that shit because they have to, you know?
I just I'll go to a food bank and I'll just pick up a whole bunch of canned goods and then I'll peel the labels off, and that's the Halloween giveaways.
Honestly, though,
that's good.
My favorite candy has to be like, you know, the Nestle Crunch Bar. I really like. I dig that shit. And Pimpmunk's gonna hate me for this one, but I can't stand licorice.
I'll fuck you in the butt.
Oh, but is it dependent on color, or do you
black
not like
licorice
the red one either?
Red licorice is okay, but I hate
black licorice is awesome. The black jelly beans are fucking awesome too.
That shit tastes like shit, dude.
You are a fucking idiot. Okay, I'm done.
They're fucking disgusting.
No, they're not disgusting. They're terrific fucking things.
I really had to give this thought because I don't think I've really eaten much candy in a while. Like these days, if I want a snack, like my favorite snack is just kiwi fruit. Just give me kiwi fruits, I'll eat those shits all day. But I actually do know I like Airheads, like that fucking the Airhead taffy. I don't know, I really enjoyed those, but I got a bad memory when it comes to Nestle white chocolate bars.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Oh, when I was a young kid, right? When I was little, there was a brief period of time in which I really liked the shit, right? And I got my hands on a king size bar of the shit, and I was eating it on the way back from some trip to like Vermont or something like that with my family, and I just got so sick, and not even that good kind of like stomach disagrees, throw it up kind of sick, just that you feel like you want to die kind of sick.
Yeah, it's just like what I put in my body is not good.
This was not a good idea.
I got a 15.
Was that the Hershey's white chocolate with like chocolate chips? So it's like white and speckled with like black.
No. It was the Nestle one, and it had, I don't even know what it would have been in there, maybe caramel or something like that. But I remember like there were little flecks of like brown in it. But this was like the thick ass like Nestle fucking Wonka bar bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a $15 tip from Bird Flu. He said, "Hey Pimp, you streaming tonight too? I may be doing another test stream tonight with my OBS. I did one last night.
That'll be awesome. I can't wait.
I'm getting used to it and got everything working. I'm working the kinks out and everything. So yeah, probably at some point. Thank you for the tip very much. So
just the tip.
Yeah.
So you did an OBS stream. How do you like that program? How do you like that as a streaming platform so far?
Yeah, I liked it. All right. I got to get used to it.
There's a learning curve. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never really done it before. And last night was the first time I actually really. Ben and Animator set me down and showed me some shit.
Yeah, we dragged him kicking and screaming into Skype to do it.
I was dude, I was like super.
Oh yeah, he was out of his gourd, man.
Yeah, I was like, this was after the morning wood, so I always get like fucked up after that, and I was really fucked up. But anyways, I also got a $6.66 tip from Floyd the Fuckbag. So thank you, Floyd the Fuckbag.
Oh yeah, one other thing I want to say is if anyone in the audience knows anyone, or if you are someone who does like overlays and graphic shit like that, you send some Pimpmunk's way, because I made some for him that are like can be a stand-in, but they suck dick. So if you actually have talent, when it comes to that type of shit, send it to Pimpmunk on Twitter, and yeah, if you need like size specifications or whatever, you could just send me a DM on Twitter and I'll help you work it out. So
yeah,
basically, if you're good at Photoshop and you want to make something cool,
or even if you're decent, because I'm so horrible at it that it'll look better than mine. So
yeah, like I think I'm pretty good at it. I'll try to make something, but like if you've got GIMP or whatever,
if you happen to be talented with Blender too. Now I know he's he's nobody's favorite person anymore, but back in the day, Robin Gething, he actually, so that old like years back before I like started going on camera, I had the devil head with like the moving background and shit.
Yeah.
All I asked him for was a simple Photoshop. He had nothing to do that week, so he just comes up with this thing, shows me, and in Blender, like you render a whole 3D environment and half the light sources aren't even visible. You just see what they do. That's just pretty dope. I wish I had the talent for it.
Yeah, dude. When I saw the dude who made my intro for Underhaven recently, I was blown away that someone took the time out of their day to to do that shit, and I'm like, wow, that type of shit means the most to me. When I see that type of shit, for a content creator to have someone invest that much time for you for free, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, and like I've tried to learn how to do that shit. I really sincerely have tried to learn how to do it on my own. And so when I see somebody make something that's just like fucking amazing, and like I've seen a lot of content creators all over YouTube get crazy shit from their audience before, but it's like the shit that gets produced is like way better than anything I could ever fucking hope to do. Like
art's
it's like an incredible talent,
Just art in general. Like one of the things that's always blown me away the most. There's a guy on Twitter goes by One Hateful Bastard. He's actually got a channel where he shows, because he just does portraits of people, of like content creators and people he likes, and he just it's sped up, so you get to see him just do it all real quick. He sent me this amazing fucking painting, like proper oil painting on a canvas, and when I got that thing, I was just floored. I'm like, good God, this is beautiful. Holy fuck. People, it's like, oh, I'll get booze or something to the PO box, and that's fun. Like, but when I find a piece of art, I'm just like, oh god damn, this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the inspiration that you get from it too. I think it's like, man, we do this, we can create things,
we can
create. Even if you don't paint oil paintings, you're like, dude, I can make something, like this is great. Maybe I can make something too.
Yeah, that I did actually recently. I'm probably going to do more of them. I did the series of readings of Rudyard Kipling, and it was really cool because there's this musician called Radical Face, kind of a weird indie. Does a lot of like, I don't even know how to describe it. A lot of like weird orchestral kind of stuff, but he does it all himself. he had these commissions for, I think, one commercial, and then there was a film, and both the projects just died. So he's left with all these. He's left with pretty much a full album. So he decided to release it royalty free. He's like, yeah, use this in your projects, just no commercial use, but use it in your projects as you like. And I was like, oh fuck, I've been a fan of this guy for 10 years now, and all right, now I'm gonna put it together. And I put that shit together, and I don't fancy myself too artistic, but when you create something that you can look proudly on, you're like, fuck me, I did that. I did that.
It's the best feeling, really. It is. That's part of why so many people still want to be content creators despite being fucked in the ass by YouTube constantly, because it's so fulfilling to have people like give you money and support you because they believe in you and they find you entertaining.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also the shit that sustains this recent batch of bullshit. Like, this past year has been fucking nothing but a goddamn nightmare, and it just keeps getting fucking stupider.
Yep.
And there's so many times, like, I say to myself, like, I'm like, is it even fucking worth doing this anymore? And then you'll have somebody randomly reach out to you and tell you, like, you know, hey, the shit you do means a lot to me. It brought me out of a dark place, or it really spoke to me, or it helped me in this way. And you're like, well, fuck, now I gotta keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, I've had a few times, and it's really cool when it happens. You know, when somebody says you made me laugh during a dark time, and it's what helped me, I'm like, well, fuck yeah.
See, that's what I think is glorious about the beginning days of YouTube, like the inception of YouTube. It's about you, right? And it's a platform that's supposed to support you, the creator, and basically make this kind of environment. And now it sucks to see that there's so many constraints now put upon the you in YouTube. Like, I've heard people make that point before. This isn't like an original thought of mine, but that like totally resonates with me. It's like, YouTube could be this place that facilitates all of this great content creation, and right now it's like getting fucking strangled.
Well, I think Rewind encapsulated it perfectly. Because, you know, if you take a cursory glance at YouTube right now, first you look at what they want you to see, and it's a bunch of like glossy, vapid millennial model types who are just like have a fucking selfie stick permanently attached to their hand as they run around doing inane shit. And then the other half is just people fucking flinging shit at each other and acting terrible. And then then when you really get down there, though, you find some really incredible shit that you love. And it's a lot like, I mean, the film world had a similar thing with the advent of digital. Like, when digital cinema started being a thing, you know, first it was super expensive and only studios could do it. And then technology made it so cheap that, you know, within 5 years, anyone could shoot a film. And the double-edged sword to that was the artist who would never have a chance to make their masterpiece, the thing that touches people and reaches people. They finally had an opportunity to do that. The problem is to find it, you have to wade through an ocean of shit. You know,
so many. Now everyone can do it.
Yeah, I mean, how many students? Like, when I was still going out for roles up here, you know, building up a reel, like, I'd look at like the student films at like Mass Art and shit, and there was a period of one straight year where every fucking project I came across was a struggling art student struggles with struggle and tries to get their parents to accept their life choices. Fuck me, not again.
The same thing, rinse, lather, repeat, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's the way it is. Fuck them. Well, shit. Anyways, we're gonna go sheet. I think we're gonna end this.
It's been fun.
Wrap it up. Yeah, it's been a fun time. Good dialogues today, honestly.
You're ending me.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it. I'm probably gonna be on a little bit later today. Like I said, do another little test stream of that OBS stuff, and so yeah.
Let me know if you need a hand, man. I'll help you out.
I'll let you need to know if I need a hand.
Let me know about your hand later.
Let him know if you need any hand kneading.
Yeah.
See, this is why I do a pre-recorded show, so I can edit out all my stupid bullshit, man.
Hands are needed. You'll be the ones I need.
Oh my.
Anyways. Later. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for joining me. See you tomorrow.